For the most recent updates, subscribe my Telegram channel where I upload all the updates of my YouTube channel. Link in the description, guys. Go to that link and subscribe the channel and press the bell icon.
Welcome everyone. My name is Pritam Paul and welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this video, we will be talking about the procedure after your IELTS exam and up to your admission in Germany, in any German university. What is the journey and how would you apply and what are the processes? Everything we will discuss about all these things. So if you want to know about the whole procedure, watch this video till the end. And in the last two videos, we have talked about your IELTS and how to prepare for IELTS and all. So if you didn't watch those videos, press the I button and go to those videos, and also those video links will be in the description, so you can go through them. Okay. So here in this video, we have a guest, my senior, my brother, Madri Bhaiya.
Hello.
So he will be describing all the things, and we will be discussing about all these topics which I have said. Okay. So let's start without wasting the time. So Himadrita, welcome again to my channel, and thank you so much for accepting my invitation for this video. So let's start then. After the IELTS exam, after how many days the scores will come?
It was, I think, 2 weeks.
Okay. So after having the scores, okay. So for example, if a student is having 6.5, if a student having 7 or 7.5 or 8 or 8.5, so according to the band means how to step further after the result.
So yeah, first thing is what I did is to fix your university first. I mean,
Okay.
what is the requirement of your university? What IELTS band they are asking for? It may be 6.5, it may be 6.0, anything. And like make a list as early as possible. What are the universities you are applying for? First, like as the video is all about Germany, so if I see globally, then what I did is I have selected the country first. Then I have selected the like what I want to study, that one. Then comes on which universities you want to apply. So I think I have chosen that time 5 or 6 universities, different universities, and after that I have applied for I think 4 universities, on which I got admission in 3 universities and 4 different subjects. So 3 universities, 4 subjects I got the admission. So yeah, if you ask me what next after IELTS is, I would say it can be before IELTS, it can be after IELTS, that you need to have a very good statement of purpose, that what you want to achieve in your masters. A very good statement of purpose SOP will decide that what is the weightage of your or acceptance rate of your application to that university. So be precise that what you want to study, what you want to achieve after your masters. It's not simply that I'll copy and paste the SOP and come.
Okay.
It won't work that way. Yeah. So SOP parallel with IELTS or before IELTS or after IELTS is a must.
Okay. So after writing all these things, okay. For example, if I apply for any fall session in any year, and if I apply for a spring session, so what are the timings when the application portal will be opened for all the students from German universities?
Okay, so I'll talk about fall first. Fall courses mostly starts from October first week, maybe 7th of October or 8th of October.
Okay.
And like in which university you are applying, it matters like when the application will open. For example, some universities, they'll ask for online application from March or April. Some will ask from maybe May. It depends. It varies university to university. And one additional thing is many of the German universities, they accept the application through a different portal, not individually. For example, the name of the portal is Uni Assist. Most of the, not I will not say most of the, but many of the universities, they will like accept their application through UniAssist, and UniAssist open their application, I believe, from May 15th, I think. So you have a 2 months extra time in your hand. Yeah.
Okay. So, in case of spring session, what are the
Uh,
timings approximately?
yeah. So again, the answer is it depends on the university. Maybe some will ask from January also. I've seen
Approximately,
universities.
approximately
Yeah,
means,
I've
yeah.
yeah. So I've seen universities whose classes will start from April. That summer one I'm talking
Okay.
about. That
Yeah.
April they'll start their courses, but in January they are asking on the application. I've seen universities which like from April they are starting. In October they have started their application process. It depends, but you have to check the website of the universities regularly. And if it is from October, then you have to take care of your application from October only. But you
Okay.
have to check regularly.
Okay. Is there any autumn session as USA?
I don't think in Germany it is available. No,
Okay.
only two. But
There are two
most of
sessions.
the courses are open in fall only. In summer, maybe you will get 50 or 60% open, but fully it's open on in fall only.
Okay. So for applying fall 2021, I am just targeting that one. Okay. For applying fall 2021, what will be the best time to appear for IELTS?
I mean, it depends on you, but I would say that IELTS has 2 years of validity. So maybe if you have build your profile perfectly rather than IELTS score only, then you can write it in February also. It doesn't matter. February or March also, or maybe after that also, it's fine, completely fine.
Okay.
But it depends how is your overall profile. Other than IELTS, how is your overall profile? If you have anything you have to do after IELTS, then you can write it as early as possible.
Okay, that means if I write the IELTS exam just one day before, means for example if my result would be coming just one day before after the opening of the university, so it is okay. At least there is
Yeah.
no first come first serve strategy as GRE here, isn't it?
Yeah. So again, it depends. I mean, the early you apply, it would be good for you. I won't suggest that make it
No, no,
so
no.
late.
I am not talking about the application portal.
Okay.
I'm not talking about that. Means if
Okay.
I have cleared the IELTS exam as much as I can, means as early as I can. And for
Hmm.
example, if I apply for IELTS in October now, in the next month,
Hmm.
and if
Hmm.
someone applies for IELTS in December or January, so if I have, for example, if I have 7.0 and he is having 7.5, so the weightage would be different, or he would be having the higher precedence as he get the this higher score. That means the
Score.
precedence of the exam. Okay, exam precedence would be preferring or not. That is the simple
No,
question.
no, 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 no. You mean that time when you're writing the exam, will it
Yeah,
affect your application
yeah,
acceptance or not?
yeah.
It will not affect. No, simply not.
Okay. Okay, so that's the very common thing which I have seen. That's why I asked it, and I have to make it clear. Okay, so
Yeah,
after
yeah,
that,
that's fine.
SOPs are done, application also done. So what next?
So you have applied or you have not yet applied? You have your
So
SOP and IELTS score in
yeah,
your hand,
yeah,
right?
yeah. After
All right.
that, how to choose the university? That is the question.
All right. Yeah. So one thing is basically we Indians we have a very common habit of checking the ranking of universities in mostly we check in QS.
Yeah.
So I want to add here one thing is once you land here, people will not check your university ranking anymore. I mean, if you are applying for PhD, if you are applying for a job, they will not
Mm.
check like where this ranking comes. There are
But in
several
case
different
of
stories of QS
in,
ranking. I will not go into that,
okay,
but yeah, I mean, if you land here, ranking doesn't matter at all. If you are in any TU or any FH,
okay,
FH universities,
yeah,
the ranking doesn't matter at all. If you like, for example, why we have a habit of checking the ranking is in India. If I talk about the value of an IIT between an IIT and a private university, the level of teaching is very different.
yeah,
It differs by a great margin. Here it's not like that. I mean, a private university, first of all, here you cannot see a private university here. I mean,
Most
If
of
you
the
talk about,
universities are government funded
yeah,
universities.
yes, government funded. So if you talk about, for example, TU Berlin and TU Dresden, or TU Chemnist or TU Ilmenau, any TU, the level of teaching is almost same everywhere. It only depends. The ranking only depends on where the university is situated. Its surroundings, like that. It's very 9800, you can say. It's not like 20 and 100. So how to choose the universities is like, just select the topic, like what do you want to study. For example, you want to study electronics, you want to study data science or something. Just go to the faculty, see that what publications and what is your his or her, that professor's activity, number of publications, number of these, that, from where he has studied. That's what I did. you know for example, my course is fully depending on fabrication of semiconductor. So fabrication is, to fabricate a semiconductor you need clean rooms. So what is the size of the clean room? What are the technologies available in the clean room, and when the clean room is situated? My university is more than 100 years long it is situated. So the clean rooms are very moderated, and like the amount of the size of my of the clean rooms in my university, many companies also don't have that much big clean rooms. So these are the factors which I have taken care of before applying. you know so yeah, it depends subject to subject. Computer science, maybe some other factors you have to select, but I can say what I have I mean, I saw before applying here.
Okay. So now let's talk about the amount. What are the how many rupees, how many paisa you have to spend for completing the whole MS degree in Germany?
Well, so
Approximately.
yeah, so the thing is, there is a rule in Germany that if you are applying for a visa, you have to block a certain amount of money just for your living expenditures. Because in most of the universities in Germany, they are German government funded. So tuition fees, you need not pay anything. So in our time, it was 8640 euros you have to block in any German bank. That is, blocked means that is only for you. You will be allowed only 700 euros per month for your living expenditures. And depend I mean based on that, you have to live here for 2 years. So ideally it is 8640 for 1 year, which has increased now to 10,000, I think 216 euros you have to block for 1 year. But once you get the visa, it depends on you. For example, I got the visa with 8640 euros in my bank account. I came here. So that visa is for only for 1 year. But for
Okay.
next year, in principle, you have to show another 8640. But people generally don't do that,
Okay.
because from 8640 they have many euros, many pennies in your account, and also you work here part time.
So,
So for me, I did not bring anything in my next year from my home. So it is 8640, which is still running.
okay. So that
Yeah,
is very good. That means if you have a good part-time job there, you do not need to spend any money from your means blocked rupees.
correct.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, after coming here, maybe for first 4 to 5 months, you have to use from your blocked account. But after that, you somehow manage a part-time job. So if you manage a part-time job, then it depends how much you are earning. You are allowed to work maximum 80 hours a month, which is more than enough for you to survive
Approximately
here.
how much amount you would be needed for surviving in those countries?
It depends place to place. For example, Munich, Stuttgart, Hamburg, those places are very expensive, and
Okay.
there
So how much
monthly.
amount would be needed there monthly?
Yeah, so monthly 700 is, I mean, aram say you have to spend 700 to 800 euros per month. But
And
the
in case
place
of
where I stay,
yeah,
yeah,
tell me
the
now.
place where I stay is like, it's mid Germany, and 450 euros is maximum for me to stay here.
Okay.
It's half, you can say it's half.
It's all about means fooding, lodging, and all everything.
So the most expensive thing is the rent of the room.
Okay.
Otherwise eating and all, like fooding and all, it's almost same in all the cities. The most important thing is this thing, this Wonung is like our apartment rent, which is very costly in the proper cities, and in other cities like where I stay, or there is another place called Chemnitz, TU. There is a TU in TU Chemnitz, which comes in Lower Saxony. There is a place. Many Indian students come there in TU, TU, that one, like Chemnitz. Also TU Dresden. Those are the places where in 450 euros you can spend a month. So
Okay.
it's very, for middle class family, it's very cheap, very less expensive.
Okay. Another thing is, what kind of university people should apply, TU or FH, and what are the pros and cons in all those universities? That means, as I know that this TU is research based and FH is industry oriented, means for having good job after MS or MS masters there. So FH is very good, which I know, but I want to stretch it in a larger radius. That please tell us
All
elaborately
right.
what are the things people should
All right.
follow.
So when you study, right, you have two choices. Like after masters, either PhD or research. I mean, PhD research. The other one is to join an industry. So it is said that from TU it is research oriented. It doesn't mean if you study in TU you will not get a job in industry.
Okay.
Because also if you're studying in FH, it doesn't mean you have to go only in industry. You cannot do a PhD.
Okay.
First thing is this perception is wrong. Only thing is the study in TU, the study is more intense. They will prepare you for research. They will
That
prepare
means
your
the
mind how to.
courseworks are in that frame, isn't it?
Yeah, the course is structured in that way that you will know the very, depth cutting edge knowledge,
Okay.
which is yet to start, or which will is currently on a discussion, like
Yeah.
what will be the pros and cons of using this technology. I mean, the very new technology, you can say. So they'll prepare you that you can go into research. It's very easy for you to go into research, but for FH they'll not go into that deep. They'll prepare you upper type ka,
Okay.
you can join industry,
Okay.
but yes, both way it is possible. You study in a TU, because what I have seen is people outside, they basically prefer TU.
Okay.
That's what I like. And one additional thing is, in India, the perception is if you are entering for a bachelor's or master's, for
Okay.
example, if you are, have entered in a master's in 2020, then you will be, I mean, if you're not failed in the exam, you will be passed out in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
If you started your bachelor's in 2020, in 2024 you will get passed out. In Germany, it's not like that. People take time. In TU especially, the courses are that much intense, that much deep, that people, like for example, I have completed my 90 credits in 3 semesters. I have left with 1 semester. But now what I am doing is, I have not registered my thesis yet. So I am waiting. I am working in a startup company, and also with one of my professor, just to know that if I want to take my thesis in this domain, how it will work. So probably by end of the year I'll register for my thesis. So once you register, then 6 months will be counted from that. Many people take a break of 6 months and do internships. It's not like 2018 or 2020 you have started your masters. By 2022 you have to get out of the university. It's
Yeah.
totally your choice.
Very
You can
good
do 2-3
advantage of
internships also.
German education
Yes,
system that you have the variety and fluctuation, and it will be there.
correct, correct. And it is more deep in. I mean, this culture is more deep in TUs, not in FH.
Okay. That means
Yes,
if I conclude that means applying for TUs is means much more beneficial
I'll
for.
I'll not conclude in that way, because I've seen FH guys doing much better in life, So it depends on your interest, whether you want to go in TU or in FH. You can do anything from both the universities,
Is there
anything you
any
want.
on-campus placement facility in these universities after MS?
There is there is no on-campus placement culture in Germany.
Okay.
So what they do is, every university they conduct what it is called job fairs in your university. People, and the job fairs are not like India, like some ulta pulta company will come or something. It's like genuine companies will come, the HR team will come, they'll sit in your university. You will go and you will introduce yourself, and if they like your profile, they'll ask you to email them, and it happens like that way. And you have to apply online to that university. They'll ask for interviews, but no online campus culture is there in Germany.
Okay. So here, as you guys have seen that we have discussed about the application procedure, how to apply the universities and all the links will be in the description. Don't worry about it. And if you like this video, if you think that this video is very much informative for applying, for those who are applying in German universities, then like this video and let me know through comments below if you have any doubt, and we will definitely make a Q&A session about your with Bhaiya about your questions. Okay, so don't worry about that. Just comment below there if you have any doubt, and share this video with your friends and subscribe the channel for more videos and press the bell icon so that every video could be reached to you through notifications. Thank you very much guys for watching this video. This is much for today, and see you on the next video.